just were literally creating so much sludge in my digestion. Within the first 2 or 3 weeks of eating this way, I lost probably 5 or 10 pounds just from finally going to the bathroom normally and dropping that inflammation. My face changed. My face still looks totally different than when I was dieting. I think Ik is asleep. He's almost asleep. All right, so I'm going to run through these, or try to run through them quickly. But basically, I just want to go over a handful of things. I have been through both sides of dieting. I know what each side feels like. I have lost weight extreme dieting, but it did not last. It was terrible, and I formed a binge eating disorder. So I just want to go over like a handful of things that I have been through that I just want to touch on. I also wanted to say thank you so much to Compliment for sponsoring this video. You guys know that it is one of the most important things to supplement. It's just a necessity in this day and age with the quality of our food, and just especially as a plant-based vegan, I like to keep an eye on a handful of nutrients that I'm getting every day, making sure I'm on top of it, and Compliment just makes that really easy. I don't have to do any research. I don't have to order a million supplements. It's one supplement, one and done. Amazing, cost effective. It cost me like $100 less, if not more, per month. And I'm doing this also for both me and Damon, so it's just saving us a ton of money. All right, so 5 major differences and what to expect with natural weight loss versus unnatural weight loss. Number 1 is the comparison of how long it will last. So with natural dieting, with following just simple, natural, wholesome, doable habits daily, every day for the rest of your life, it will last forever. You will not have to try. You won't have to force it, push it. It's your lifestyle. It's how you live. You don't have to think about any numbers or overthink things or obsess over things. It lasts forever. My weight has not changed generally. I've been through pregnancy, and of course you gain weight during pregnancy, but post-pregnancy and all of those things, I just felt generally pretty good. I do not weigh myself anymore, but the comparison of that versus me losing 5, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, gaining 5, 10, 15 pounds back and forth, it did not last, and I always binged out, eventually forming a very severe binge eating disorder. Most of you, if you have dieted, you know that that is just what happens. You eventually just binge out, and it sucks, and it's the worst feeling, and you feel so guilty. So then you backtrack to limiting and restricting, and it's this back and forth, and the weight loss just doesn't last. So naturally losing weight, you come to this natural, happy, content point, and it truly just lasts. You just sit there and you're there. The end. Next up is your hormones, your metabolism, your adrenals. When you're naturally losing weight, when you're doing things that really help calm your body down, it's kind of like you have this choice. I can choose habits to calm my body down day to day, or I can choose habits that are going to amp my body up and cause inflammation. Now, if you're choosing those habits that are going to keep you calm, then your hormones are going to even out, your adrenals will even out, your metabolism will finally regulate, and you will be burning calories efficiently. Now, if you are limiting, restricting, counting, overthinking, obsessing, your body will become inflamed. You will overthink things to the point of it affecting you and how your body is burning fuel. Your body will not burn fuel efficiently simply because you're limiting so much. So your body goes into this fear mode of, oh my gosh, I'm not getting enough calories. I'm going to hold on to everything for dear life right now because I know that this person is going to starve me. When you are fluidly eating, your hormones just regulate, that then affects everything. Your skin, your hunger cues, which is a huge one. A lot of people are confused on their hunger cues. They don't feel hungry at the right times, and then they feel overly hungry at the wrong times. So this just kind of balances your life out and makes you feel like, wow, I'm calm, collected, everything feels fluid, and that helps a ton. Your hormones and your adrenals help so much in general with how you feel day to day. Number 3 is that people around you will notice. They will either notice that you are shining and energetic and happy and there and giving and just someone they really want to be around, or they're going to notice you're moody, you're cranky, you're mean, you're low energy, your skin looks dull, something is going on. They'll know whether you are healthy or not. And in turn, it's going to affect your social life, your relationships with your family and friends. If you have a partner, your relationship with them. I've been there, and it almost destroyed an amazing relationship and relationships with my family, my nieces and nephews. I wanted to play hard with them. I wanted to be a fun aunt. There was no way that I could be that fun, high energy aunt when I was dieting the way that I was, because I had no energy left over to play, to have fun, to be there with them. And I was always pretty generally moody, angry, feeling low about myself. Again, it just affects those relationships so much, and people will notice. They will notice whether you are treating yourself right or not. And again, that shapes your life. Number 4 is one that I think is super important. When I was dieting really hard and harshly, severely, I did not want to do it. I always had this thought of, I wish I could just eat normal. I wish I could just, go about my day and have normal meals and snacks and things. I wanted so badly to just stop doing it, but the fear was so real that I couldn't stop doing it. Now that I'm living a lifestyle where I just live this healthy lifestyle that helps me maintain a healthy body and a healthy mind, I see myself doing this forever. I've done it through pregnancies. I'm a mother. I'm going to do it through, every stage of life to come as I age. My son lives this way. So from babies to old people, you can do this, and you want that type of lifestyle. You don't want a lifestyle where you look at it and think, oh, I don't want someone to do this because I couldn't see myself doing it for the next 10, 20, 30 years. You want something sustainable. You want to feel like this is me forever, and feel confident and proud to be living whatever lifestyle you're living. And the comparison is that you will never be proud of restricting your food and overthinking and obsessing over things. You will never be proud. It will never feel right. It is a waste of great, amazing energy that you could use in so many different areas of life. All right, and last but certainly not least is your digestion. One of the biggest reasons that I came to this lifestyle, plant-based and vegan, is because my digestion was so terrible, and I was so terribly inflamed that I was at my wit's end, basically. And I said, I will do anything at this point, and I heard it was great for your digestion, and I said, I'm willing to literally try anything, because my stomach and my body and my face and my hands, everything was bloated, inflamed. My digestion was so slow and weird and messed up, and I couldn't catch a break. So I was like, let me just try this, because dieting was slowing everything down, including my digestion, and causing a backup. And the meat and dairy that I was eating and the diet foods that I was eating, they just were literally creating so much sludge in my digestion. Within the first 2 or 3 weeks of eating this way, I lost probably 5 or 10 pounds just from finally going to the bathroom normally and dropping that inflammation. My face changed. My face still looks totally different than when I was dieting, because that inflammation I was holding, it was so much, I could feel it. I could feel how puffy my face and hands felt. And I think that was also from binge eating and too much sodium, and dairy was so bad for my gut. And oh my gosh, I cannot even imagine. I don't know why, you think that these things are correlating to your health, but they're really not. But that was one of the biggest differences that I saw in, maintaining a healthy plant-based lifestyle versus dieting, was my digestion. That was like number one. I felt on top of the world. It was just amazing, just an amazing, super fun feeling to have. Like, wow, I really got this. Like, this is right. It felt right. So my feelings behind what I was doing felt right, because my digestion was flowing, whereas when I was dieting, it was the opposite. So it's kind of like the proof is in the pudding type of thing. And one last thing that I want to hit on, I thought I was only going to do 5, but this one just popped into my head, is how you feel physically about your body. I can remember having a very obsessive mindset around the shape of my body and my weight and the number on the scale. But very slowly, it was not immediate because I had been so obsessed with that for so many years, I slowly dropped that. I was so obsessed, my mind was so consumed by the size of my pants and the weight on the scale and the way that I looked, that it was all I really thought about. It was calories and my weight. Again, that obsessive waste of energy. Then fast forward about 6 months into my plant-based journey, and I had dropped that. I had finally realized I am happy with myself. I am seeing the progress physically, because you'll never not care. You always want to feel generally good about yourself physically. But I stopped caring as much. And now becoming a mother, I'm realizing even 100 times more, like, oh my God, who cares? I'm healthy. I can run around with my son. I have that energy. I can take care of him. I can provide for him. Like, it's just all around is such a better feeling that I know for a fact that if I was still in that mindset of dieting and restriction, I don't even think I would probably have a son, because my hormones were so messed up previously that I don't even know, what getting pregnant would have looked like. But again, it's that confidence instead of that obsession and fear, that constant fear of your own body and food. You finally come to this at peace point where you're like, this is me, this is who I am, and I'm proud. Again, it all roots back to just generally feeling proud and calm about your choices versus fear and anxiety, and honestly feeling ashamed of your choices, because deep down internally somewhere, this is wrong, and I wouldn't want someone I love to be living this way, so why am I living this way? One thing that I always like to tell people is that if you can't see your mother living this way, your child living this way, or a child that you know living this way, a teenager that you know and love living this way, you shouldn't be living that way. So if you're dieting and restricting, but you wouldn't want, your grandmother to be doing that, or your niece who's 12 to be doing that, you probably shouldn't be doing it. You want to make these people proud of you. I especially think of younger kids and younger generations. I think of my niece and my nephew, who are preteens right now, and I can't imagine, because they do follow me on social media, I can't imagine promoting anything other than abundance and amazing food and healthy habits and things, and their parents are that way too, and it's amazing. It's amazing the difference it makes in how good you feel. All right, so I think I pretty much went over generally the biggest differences in natural and unnatural weight loss. It is so much better and so much more fulfilling, and it will last forever if you lose weight via healthy plant-based eating and implementing, just a handful of healthy habits that you will do forever, just changing your lifestyle to a wholesome, well-rounded life that you can be proud of forever, than to say, oh my gosh, I'm going to restrict my calories for 2 weeks so that I can lose 5 or 10 pounds, only to feel so low, start binge eating, feel ashamed, and restart from the beginning and go back to restriction. I'm very happy that that is becoming a thing of the past, that dieting so hard is something that people are not doing anymore, because it isn't realistic. It's so unhealthy for your mind and body, and it only throws you 10 steps behind your health goals, whether it's physical or mental health goals. It throws you 10 steps back. You might feel a little bit better if you lose 5 or 10 pounds quickly by restricting. That will not last. It will never last. Your body is not meant to be in that state, so it won't allow it. It physically will not allow you. Your mind will take over and say, we gotta eat, whether we're gonna binge eat on junk food or what, we need something right now. So yeah, just wrapping that up there. I wish that I had come to this lifestyle sooner, if only I knew what I know now, but a learning lesson. I hope that this helps somebody. I hope if you're watching this, you decide to backtrack and start intuitive eating and plant-based eating versus dieting and restriction and over-consuming acidic protein and doing things that are hurting your body and your mind, and consuming too much energy that can be put into so many other beautiful areas of your life. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. All right, I am going to go get a few more things done while my son is napping, and then that's it. The end.